Hello friends, hope all of you are doing great. Today I came with another phone. This is Google Pixel 6a, and in this video we're going to talk about different aspects of this phone, its design, its specification, its audio video quality, whether it makes sense for you to invest your money in 2023 for buying this phone. So stay tuned with me till the end. It's a very popular phone, Google Pixel 6a. There are numerous versions of Pixel that Google has launched, and this is one of the most popular and affordable version. I think this you will get approximately between 25 to 30,000 depending on what time you are buying, whether there is any special offer, but it is normally within this 25k to 30k range. Now let's talk about its authentication mode. So it has a fingerprint sensor on the screen. So there is no physical button on the screen. So whenever you lock the phone and you want to unlock it, you have to press your finger and it immediately detects it in a fraction of a second. So there is no wait time and it works pretty accurately, almost every time. Apart from the fingerprint sensor, you also have the pattern like you get in any other Android. So the two options of login is either by fingerprint, adding your fingerprint to login, or by defining a pattern. So let's start our review with its weight. So the phone weighs around 178 gram and it does not feel very bulky or very weighty at any point of time. It's made out of plastic. All the sides are plastic. The back side is also plastic, and it comes in 3 colors. So one of the color that I am using is sage. Apart from that, there is a chalk and charcoal. There are 2 more color options. The total 3 color options you get. This phone has a 6.1 inches of screen, and the screen is quite big and you can use most of it. There is no buttons on the screen, so there is no wastage as such, except for the fact the camera you can see the camera on the top. Other than that, the full screen is for you to use. The back side of the screen, you can see the Google logo and a black strip on top, and in this strip it's a very unique design. In this strip you have these 2 cameras and you have the flash. On this side you just have the the slot to insert your SIM. On the other side you have the volume rocker and the power on off button. On top there is nothing. On the bottom portion there is one slot, one USB Type-C slot, which is used for multiple purposes. You can use this slot for charging your phone, for recording your videos, or for recording your voice, and also for listening music. This phone is a full HD phone. It's a OLED display, and it has got a refresh rate of 60 Hz, and it supports 30 to 60 frame per second. And this phone, as I mentioned, it's a OLED supported screen. It supports 429 ppi. Ppi is pixel per inch, and then it comes with Gorilla Glass 3 version, so which is the latest Gorilla Glass version, which gives it quite strength in terms of its frontal build quality. So this front portion is Gorilla Glass 3, however the back portion is just plastic. The battery is approximately 4400 mAh battery capacity, and this particular phone comes with 6 GB of RAM and 128 GB of disk space. It does not allow you to put any external storage space. So all you get is whatever you buy the phone with. So 128 GB is a pretty standard option that this phones comes with. This phone comes with Google Tensor chipset, and this Tensor chipset is specifically designed for the Pixel phones. Apart from that, this has got a Titanium M2 security co-processor also inbuilt into it. So this phone is very secured, and one important thing that you need to know is that it comes with stock Android. So there is no operating system loaded on top of it. So you get the vanilla Android version together with this phone. Regarding the battery, as I mentioned, it is 4400 mAh battery. It is the battery has got adaptive battery life capability, so it can adapt to different situation, and based on that the battery life it can manage the battery life intelligently with its program, internal inbuilt program. So that is called adaptive battery life, and the standby time is 24 hours, and with power saving mode the standby time goes up to 72 hours. This phone supports 5G for both the SIMs. Interestingly, this phone has got one physical SIM and one eSIM. So like many other phones that are coming, you don't get two SIM slots. You effectively get one physical SIM slot. So one of the SIM has to be eSIM. And the good thing is that in both the SIM you can have the 5G options enabled, provided your mobile operator is giving the 5G options in your city. The phone supports Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.2, the latest Bluetooth version, and there is no issue in terms of its Wi-Fi reception or Bluetooth reception. It works perfectly fine. This phone comes with Android 13. Pixel 6a has been launched during May 2022, and Google confirms that you are going to get 5 years of regular update with respect to OS or with respect to any security patches, and beyond 5 years also you may get, but 5 years is ensured. So up to 2027 you don't have to worry any longer. You are going to get regular updates on the stock Android, and the security updates will also come. The phone comes in this type of box, and inside the box you will get of course the phone, and apart from the phone you get this type C to type C charging cable and a SIM ejecting pin. That's it, and apart from the manual, so there is nothing else. You don't get any adapter, or you don't get any ear plug to listen to the music or anything. So those things you have to separately buy. Since this phone support fast charging, I would recommend that you go for 20 watt adapter, 20 watt to 22 watt adapter. It can easily support that, and as I mentioned that I am using Apple my iPhone 12 adapter to charge this phone, and it works pretty smoothly. If you try to use a very low quality adapter, or which is 15 watt or 12 watt or so, it will take even longer. So suggest that you charge you buy a good type C adapter. Now let's talk about few differentiating features, and one of the big differentiating features in Google Pixel 6a, which is not very common in other Android phone, is their emphasis towards security. So Google has made sure that together with the Tensor chipset, they have provided a Titan M2 security processor just to manage the security of the phone and make all communication, incoming and outbound communication, very secure. So there are different things that they have used. So they are calling it like end-to-end security that has been designed for this phone specifically by Google. And this will you will receive security updates very frequently, and I have seen that I have received this security update several times since I have bought this phone. It has got anti-phishing and anti-malware protection, and it has auto security check and privacy control, so you don't have to do anything. The phone automatically takes care of all of them. It encrypts all the messages and backups, so that means your data in transit and data at rest both are very secured in this phone, which is very uncommon when it comes to other Android phones. So Google made sure that with this stock Android, whatever they have done with this Tensor chipset and this Titan M2 security co-processor, they made sure that this phone is very secure. So whoever uses this phone can be rest assured that privacy, their security are not going to be compromised. Few other differentiating factor is one of them is the adaptive battery life and real-time image detection. As I was mentioning, the cameras, I will talk it more in the camera section, but it has got a real-time image detection capability, and in that image, if you want to remove any unwanted object, any background, you can do that. There is a magic eraser feature available in this phone that you can always use to remove the background, and you don't have to go for any other image editing software. The phone itself provides that feature. The call quality is quite decent, and it does reduces external noises to some extent. It's not as great as iPhone, but it's not bad either. So you are not going to be disappointed because you get it at a much cheaper price compared to iPhone, almost half of the price when you are comparing the price with respect to iPhone 12 or iPhone 13. So I think you will not disappoint with the call quality, with the reception, clarity and noise cancellation techniques that this phone uses. Few other differentiating feature includes night mode, support for night mode and motion autofocus. So if you are moving on a car or you are moving at a high speed and you want to capture something, so the image will not get blurred or jittered. You still able to capture it with quite good level of clarity. This phone support both 4K video recording at 30 fps and 60 fps. And this supports Google Cast technology. So this Cast technology you can use to cast your phone into any TV which supports Wi-Fi. So if your phone is also in the same Wi-Fi network as your smart TV, you can cast your mobile phone on the TV and can watch videos or do any activity without any problem. This phone do have some drawbacks, and like any other product, this is also not 100% perfect, and as expected it has got some drawback, but some of the drawbacks are very very disturbing, I would say, especially when you try to capture a video using your front camera. The video that you will capture will come inverted, which means the left side will be shown on right, the right will be on the left, and there is no way that you can create a mirror video. The way you have captured it, you will not able to exactly see it in that way unless until you use a third-party software to invert that video to get an exact mirror. Unfortunately, when I reached out to Google support, they could not provide any solution to that. I had detailed conversation with them. They said me to reset the phone and all, but that does not solve the problem. I shared a lot of videos with them as an evidence and all, but they are into a denial mode. So this is a bit unfortunate on their part. But eventually I able to work out. So there are certain softwares that are available, and I will share the link of the software also. in my video. You can see that in the description box. You can download the software, and this problem only happens when you try to capture the video from the front camera. Since this is a stock Android, there is a big problem in installing the dual apps. So not like Samsung phones which comes with Samsung operating system, or MI phone which comes with their own graphical user interface on top of the stock Android, which helps you to overcome some bottlenecks with the stock Android. This does not provide that. So if you try to use a dual app for Facebook or for WhatsApp or for any other purposes, you will have some challenges, but there are workarounds available, and I can create another video to explain how it works. You can, if you search on the YouTube also, you will get a lot of ideas around how to install dual apps in over stock Android. It's little tricky, but it works. So that is, I think, I will also consider as a drawback. Another I would say negative point is that the settings, that when you go inside the camera and you try to do a setting for the video and the photo of inside the photo, those options get lost as soon as you close the camera application. So every time you have to get in and you have to do the setting, and then you have to capture the image. Another interesting observation that I had, and I will consider it as also a drawback for this phone, is that the updates. So whenever the updates comes, if it is a 40 MB, 50 MB updates, it's not that big, right? Like we have seen in iPhone, like how big the updates could be, 1 GB, 1.5 GB, 2 GB range updates. But even a 40, 50 MB updates takes hours to complete. So I think that is a problem. I don't know what is going on at the background, but I have seen that with iPhone, the updates works pretty fast in the same network, and so it's not a network issue. So it must be something else, the way the packaging has been done and the update mechanism works. So it takes very long time. The camera quality is very good, and I have captured images with this camera at different time, and they are extremely good. Both the back cameras are of 12 megapixel and the front camera is of 8 megapixel, but images taken in them are extremely realistic. The color, saturation, the depth, the brightness and contrast of the picture are near accurate, I would say, and you won't get disappointed. In terms of video capturing experience, as I mentioned, that you can capture videos at 4K. So it gives you ability to capture video at 30 or 60 FPS, and I think it's amazing in itself. So in terms of video or photo capturing capability, it's a big thumbs up from my side. Similarly, the sound, it's awesome. So if you are listening to any music on this phone, you are not going to get disappointed. I'm not going to play anything unfortunately for you now because of numerous copyright issues and all, but I can assure you that you are not going to get disappointed. It is as good as my iPhone 12, and in certain cases it is even better than iPhone 12 in terms of audio quality. It has got optical and electronic image stabilization. Even with the front camera, which is 8 megapixel, you can record 1080 30 fps HD video recording is possible. So that is a great thing. Camera, a very strong contender, and it has got a lot of editing capability inbuilt on top of the camera application, which helps you to do a lot of customization on top of it. So if you are using any standard Android phone, you won't find much difference when it comes to using this phone. So this phone gives you adequate flexibility in terms of changing or editing your videos, your photos post they have been captured, and the options are numerous. I will be sharing some videos and some photos together with this vlog, and you can watch them, and you will be make your own judgment in terms of the quality that you are seeing over there. Okay, so now let us do a performance benchmarking for this phone, and let me open the Geekbench which I have installed beforehand. So as you can see that this is showing different models, and it has got different clusters. The CPU is Google Tensor chipset. It has got Android 13, and it has got three cluster 1, cluster 2 and cluster 3. So the cluster 1 has got 4 cores, and it has clock speed of 1.8 gigahertz. Cluster 2 having two cores with 2.25 gigahertz of clock speed, and cluster 3 is having another 2 core with 2.8 gigahertz of clock speed. Now I will start the CPU benchmark run, and I will come back to you once the run is complete. Okay, the CPU benchmarking run is now 93% complete, and let's see how long it takes. It's now 97%. It's done. So Google Pixel 6a Geekbench 5 score for single core is 1031, and for multi-core is 2466. Okay, when it comes to its score, as I mentioned, it is 1031, and it is as good as Google Pixel 7 Pro, and it is much better than the older Google Pixel 6 below Pixel 6 models from performance wise, of course. And the comparison is unfortunately only available with respect to different models of Google Pixel. Now to the conclusion, does it make sense for one to buy or invest in this Pixel 6a in 2023? Since this phone was launched around 7-8 months back during 2022, it's still a good deal. Specifically, if you're getting it within 25 to 28k range, it's still a good buy, especially looking into the amount that you are investing and the value that you are deriving. I think this is a good buy, and specifically those of you who would like to stick to Android phones for its flexibility that it offers, but at the same point of time are concerned about its security, safety, then this could be one of the phone that you should go for, as this offers a lot of security feature, inbuilt security, co-processor, and the chipset that Google has developed in its own facility, which makes it little different from other Android phones from security standpoint, and you are going to get regular updates also on that part. So of course, I would recommend anyone with a budget between 25 to 28k look for this phone and can go for it. The photographic experience, video viewing experience, and video capturing experience, you are not going to be disappointed at all. And the audio quality I have already mentioned, it is just superb. So you are not going to be disappointed if you are going to use this phone for regular use and for your day-to-day work and all. So I definitely going to recommend this to anyone who would like to buy this during 2023. Thanks for watching my vlog, and give me love with your comments, with your likes, and with your subscriptions. Please do subscribe, like and share, and give your valuable feedbacks for me to engage more with you. Thank you very much. Till then, goodbye. See you. Take care.